you know, I am so tempted to just say, look, it's like 30 seconds worth of stuff. What do you want from me? But I got almost 8 minutes talking about the logo, so let's try. Doctor Who has released a teaser for Series 11, and despite the fact that I'm supposed to be on vacation, I guess I'm gonna talk about it. Supposedly, we're still getting something closer to a full trailer at San Diego Comic-Con. I will actually legitimately be on vacation, as in physically away from here when that happens. So any video on that is going to be a couple days later. But yeah, so let me think. There's very little to this. There's about as much to this as there was to like the "Am I a Good Man" teasers, you know, ahead of Capaldi's stuff, you know, where it's just shots of him standing there and the TARDIS blowing up, and it doesn't mean anything. So I don't think that there's very much to actually be taken away from this, from these images, from any of it. My big takeaway, the one thing that I can say that I noticed, I don't like, which is, oh, all 3 companions are from the modern day UK. Great! Because we haven't seen that every single friggin' series. Look, I've complained about the companion template before, and while I do appreciate that 2 of them are male and 1 of them is significantly older than is standard, we've got 3. You couldn't even have 1 from the past, from the future, from a space station, something other than modern Earth. And the sort of the gimmick of, ooh, it's like the pizza regenerated, and here's this old-timey magazine, and what actually happens with that first thing? Like, I didn't think much of it, but then my my lifelong nemesis of the past 3 years or so, Irredeemable Shag, he actually asked me, what actually happens there? And I've rewatched it like 4 times, and I don't know. He's like watching about a football game, and there's a flash, and he dips, I don't know what he dips. I think he dips a fry into mustard. I suppose it could be a fish finger into custard. I don't know. And then he kind of looks around, but like, what changed? Like, it's really blatant in the other sections. You know, we see empty pizza box. Complete pizza. You know, we get, you know, we see his newspaper. Oh, old-timey magazine. What happened with that first guy? I can't figure it out. I tried to hear if maybe something went weird with the broadcast and his football team or squad or whatever you folks call them over there. But all 3 of them seem to be watching that same broadcast, and it seems consistent all the way through. So I couldn't figure out what the heck even happens in that one. I still like Whittaker's smile. I like Whittaker's smile a lot, and I might be latching on to this possibly disproportionately, because one of the things I really liked about her initial, you know, few seconds that she got at the end of Twice Upon a Time, I'd still like to, you know, hear more than 2 words out of her mouth at some point. That would be nice. There's, if I'm really gonna like dig into this, there's a certain sense of adventure to this, optimistic adventure. It seems to be the vibe of this, and even the tagline, "The universe is calling," seems to be like, come on with us, you know, join us on this trip, let's have some fun, which is what I was hoping for. Because, you know, looking, I'll get to more of this later on as you see the videos on Broadchurch, but, you know, having gotten a better sense of what Chibnall is good at and how that may or may not get applied to Doctor Who, it's reassuring to me to see at least what appears to be a kind of lighter tone. You know, the doctor's smiling. The companions aren't in danger. They're intrigued. It's not a, you know, am I a good man, deep, heavy things blowing up. You know, I say that and I even like Capaldi's time in the TARDIS for the most part, but it is, here's this character who seems to have some weirdness going on about them, seems to be having fun. Let's go see what that is. And I appreciate that vibe. I appreciate that feel. I would have been really nervous if there had been a real dark and ominous vibe to this trailer, because, you know, that's not, I do appreciate when Doctor Who goes dark on an episode-by-episode basis. I don't want the show to become that as a general vibe. And the general vibe I got off this is very much what I want. I'm still really annoyed at the companions, you know, feeling like I've now confirmed all three from modern day era UK. So, but those are kind of my two big takeaways. Annoyance at that. Confusion over, I guess three big takeaways. Confusion over what the heck happened with that first guy. And light touch vibe. And I am down for that. And I will be really curious to see what we get from Comic-Con, assuming that, you know, it does still happen or it doesn't leak early, or, you know, who knows what happens. But assuming that that is more of a full-on proper trailer. And like we'll get footage, say, from the actual episodes, and maybe get some dialogue from her and get a better sense of this doctor. But I like that so far the recurring image and the most prominent image I have of Jodie Whittaker as the doctor is smiling. I take comfort in that. And again, I did enjoy Capaldi, and Capaldi could be very cranky, but I'm looking forward to that sense of adventure and fun, and not just in the show, but in the Doctor as a character, going out and seeking adventure. Not necessarily seeking problems, but seeking adventure. And again, I fully admit, this is me extrapolating, putting way too much weight on, like, it's a 50-second video, but it's effectively 30 seconds worth of anything, really. But you know, if I'm going to overanalyze, I'm going to overanalyze. And when I overanalyze, the logistical details about the companions annoy me. The general feel and vibe gives me a good feeling and is encouraging. So I think that's about all I've got. I don't know if it would be embarrassing if I managed to get less out of the teaser than I did out of analyzing the logo. Don't know. Oh, on a completely unrelated note, in case anybody else asked, yes, I am aware that Scarlett Johansson dropped out of Rub and Tug and is no longer playing Dante Gill, the trans man character. I do know that that happened. I'm not planning to do a follow-up video because, look, I'm stopping in the middle of my vacation real quick to do this. I'm going back on my vacation, but by the time I'm back, that is very much old news, unless there's some kind of new development in that, i.e. the project is still moving forward and they have somebody else cast. Short of something like that, I don't have enough to say about it. I still feel the same about that initial casting that I always did. So there you go. So that was completely unrelated and unnecessary, but probably got me over the time, so I spent longer talking about this than about the logo. So I'll take it. So those are my thoughts on the teaser for Series 11 of Doctor Who. I'm assuming you've seen it. Didn't take you very long to get through it. It's no reason you shouldn't have. What did you think about it? Whatever your thoughts are, drop something down in the comments. Let's talk about it. There's a ton of stuff to do. Not going to bog you down with it. Patreon's the big one. I'll admit to that, but links for everything is down in the description. And until next time, this council is adjourned.